Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Makeup by Mackenzie, and I am Mackenzie, obviously. Today on my channel, I just thought we would do a nice chit-chat, get ready with me kind of makeup therapy session. Things have been kind of stressful lately in my life, and they probably have been stressful lately in your life, although I certainly hope not. So I just thought it would be nice for us to sit down and kind of just chat and do some makeup together. So, without any further ado, let's play with some makeup, shall we? Okay, so I just wanted to do a, little chit-chat, get ready with me today. I've been needing some makeup therapy. It's been a little bit stressful lately, to say the least, but it's just, I've been pretty busy lately, so I haven't really gotten a chance to sit down and just kind of, chat with you guys. So that's what I'm doing today. So I'm gonna just start off by putting on some primer, and I'm just using my normal Wet n Wild matte, the Photo Focus matte face primer. So how have you guys been? First of all, let me go ahead and ask that before I talk about myself. Let me know. I'd love to hear more about you guys, the people who watch my videos, and see who's on the other side. This doesn't have to be a one-way street where I'm just like talking at you guys. Let me know about your lives down in the comment section below. How are you guys doing? And then I'm just gonna use my normal eyelid primer as well, which is the NYX Proof It Waterproof Eyeshadow Primer. I messed around with some of the camera settings today to try out some new stuff. I was previously filming all on auto everything, and today I decided, to try out some of the camera settings, and I also did a custom white balance. It's the way it looks in the viewfinder is very different than how it usually looks. It's much more warm, and I'm used to it looking very cold, which is probably, it's probably better that it looks a little warm, but I'm just not used to it looking that way, and so it's, I'm really hoping that it looks really nice to you guys. And when I get it onto my computer and everything and I'm looking at it, I'm sure I will think that it looks much better. One thing that I've really been liking to do lately before I start the rest of my makeup is priming, not really priming, but moisturizing my lips, and not just with like a lip balm. I've been lately using the NYX #ThisIsEverything lip oils. So it's just like that. This is in Cranberry Mint. This actually came in the NYX Advent Calendar for last year. And I've really been liking using this to kind of prep my lips before I do a makeup look. And this is really helpful if you know you're going to be using a matte liquid lipstick, because those can be kind of drying sometimes. And sometimes it helps just to give your lips a little shot of moisture. And usually by the time I'm ready to put my lipstick on, which is the last thing I do usually, my lips are ready to go. The oil is not so oily. It's kind of soaked in a little bit or faded away, but my lips feel nice and nourished. So I like doing it. I've got my beauty blender all nice and damp, or my makeup sponge. I guess that's the brand neutral phrase to use. And I'm just going to take my Maybelline concealer. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and it's in the shade Fair. And I'm just going to use this today. I'm not going to do foundation today. I don't usually do foundation. So, things have been pretty busy for me lately. I recently started a new job, which is exciting, and I'm really excited to see how it's gonna go. It's kind of taking me in a new direction, which is really kind of exciting. It is a little bit stressful starting this new job, just because there is a lot of catching up I have to do. There's a lot of new things that I have to get used to. I have a new schedule that I have to get used to, so just a lot of adjustment going on. And I'm taking a summer class, so if you've seen my other videos, you know that I'm pursuing my MBA right now. So I'm just working on a summer class this summer, and I was happy that because the last 2 semesters, the first semester I took 4 classes, and then the second semester I took 3 classes. So I was really looking forward to paring down to just 1 class for the summer. And this class is being a little bit more, it's not really a hard class. It's just a lot of reading. And so I'm ending up taking quite a bit of time reading and then answering discussion questions and stuff. It's not hard, it's just time consuming. And that's kind of frustrating because I'd really like to not have to worry about a class that's time consuming over the summer. But I am at the same time that I'm trying to get used to this new job, which is, a little bit frustrating. So that is kind of stressful, just juggling all of those things together. Trying to catch up with my job, trying to stay caught up with my homework. And so I just really haven't had a whole lot of time to do things like YouTube. Because, I'm trying to have a personal life at the same time of doing all these things. And so it's, unfortunately, YouTube has kind of fallen to the wayside a little bit, which is sad because I really do like doing YouTube. And I like making videos for you guys, and I like doing makeup, and it's just something that's fun and relaxing to me. It's not forever. I'll finish my MBA in the next year, so next year is my last year, if everything goes according to plan, and I'll be done, and I'll have my master's, which is nice. But I'm looking forward to the summer. I've had a lot of fun recently with the 4th of July. My sister's home, which is kind of nice. It's nice to have her home. Maybe I'll do a video with her while she's here. How was everybody's 4th of July? Did you do anything fun, anything special? Anyone traveling over the summer, going to anywhere unique? Or let me know what your summer plans are, what you did for the 4th of July. It was certainly interesting here in the DC area. If you've been following along with politics, you know what I'm referring to. I just saw Booksmart. Has anyone else seen Booksmart? I saw it a couple of weeks ago, and I loved that movie. Honestly, if you have not seen Booksmart, you should go and see it immediately, yesterday. It's so smart and witty and just funny. It's just funny. I don't think I've cracked up at a movie theater that hard in a long time. There was one moment when I was drinking my soda that I had, and I legit started choking because I was laughing at the same time as drinking. So be warned, you will laugh so hard you will choke if you're drinking at the same time. So I want to tell you guys about this trick that I learned. So you guys have probably heard about the trend of baking, right? Of where you take an excessive amount of loose powder and you pack it under your eyes and you leave it there, or you can do it to chisel out your cheekbones or wherever, and you leave it there, and it's supposed to highlight while setting your makeup at the same time. And I've tried it before, and I personally just don't like it, especially under my eyes. I do have very small, fine lines under my eyes, and baking really emphasizes them. And it makes your skin just look dry and crepey. If you are somebody who's older, or you have a lot of problems with your under eye area in terms of bags or fine lines or crepiness, baking is not for you. Do not bake under your eyes. And if you don't want your under eyes to look dry, don't bake either. So I don't like baking. So what I've usually done is I've just taken a little brush and some loose powder and just dust it under my eyes. And that works perfectly well. But there's this thing that James Charles talks about this a lot, where you just take your makeup sponge and you dip a little bit of loose powder on it, and then you pat it under the eye. And you're not packing on an excessive amount, so you're not baking. It's just enough. Sponge helps the concealer or the foundation and the powder kind of meld together. So it creates this kind of flawless look without that drying, crepey effect of baking. And so I've been kind of resistant to it just simply because it seemed too much like baking to me. And then recently I tried it and I've actually really been liking the way it looks and the way that it keeps my under eyes from creasing. It's kind of amazing, and I kind of feel really dumb that I didn't try it sooner. So basically what you do, I'm just taking my Coty AirSpun powder, and you just take your wet beauty sponge and you get a little bit on it right, like that. And then I just take my finger to make sure that I haven't creased up at all. And then I take that and I just start patting it under my eyes, and I just keep going until it's all blended in. And it gives this nice kind of flawless finish. So it just looks like the same way it did before I set it, but it's set and matte. I'm just so mad at myself that I didn't try this sooner. I was just so resistant to it. Oh, you know what? I did try it once before, but the mistake I made was I tried it with a pressed powder. So I took my normal, where is it? When I tried it before, I took my normal pressed setting powder and I just rubbed my beauty blender in there, and then I started packing it on, and it made my under eyes look gray. It was kind of disgusting. So if you are trying it, I recommend you get a finely milled loose powder, not a pressed powder, loose powder. And I recommend using one that's translucent instead of one that has some sort of color to it. That way you just get that nice finish instead of gray. And now I'm just going to set the rest of my face with my normal setting powder, which is the CoverGirl Advanced Radiance setting powder. And this is in the shade Creamy Natural 110. I really like this. It keeps me from looking pale, I think, which I already am pale, but it does help, I think, to keep me from looking a little too pale. How's everybody's dating life going? You single, ready to mingle, or are you single and want to be single for a little while, or are you in a good relationship? Are you married? Let me know. I'd love to hear. And if you have any relationship advice, I would be happy to take it. Because things have not been, I mean, it's not like I'm really putting myself out there much, but, you know, there's a couple of people in my life that I would really like to see more happen with, just because I really like who they are as people. I think I'm just, you know, in the friend zone, which I don't necessarily like the idea of the friend zone, but it's kind of a good way to describe that I'm okay with being friends with them. It's not like I'm totally bummed out that it seems like they may not be interested in me that way. But I would like to see where things go with some of them if we went into more of a relationship sort of direction. And sometimes, you know, I feel like I've been a little bit more forward with than I usually am, which I'm kind of proud of myself for, like, taking those risks. But you know, sometimes you just miss. You swing and you miss. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, are they just kind of oblivious to the fact that I'm making these moves? You know, like, are they just not realizing what I'm trying to do? Are they not picking up what I'm putting down? You know, maybe it's just that I'm not obvious enough, or they just don't think about me in that sort of way, and so when I'm making these moves towards them, they're just totally oblivious to it. And I don't know how to be any more forward than I'm already being without making things weird. Because, you know, I don't want to risk not being friends with them. Like, I don't want to make things so, like, I don't want to be so forward that it suddenly is, like, weird and we can't be friends anymore, because it's very, very obvious that I like them and they don't necessarily like me. Because, like I said, I am perfectly fine with being friends. Like, it's not that I have this mega crush on this person, and that if, you know, we end up not being friends, or if ultimately I found out that he was not interested in me, then it would totally be fine. Like, wouldn't be crushed by that prospect. But there's just, so I don't want to be so forward that it ruins us forever being friends. That's not what I want to happen. But I feel like I'm being forward enough to at least say, like, hey, let's hang out, just you and me, and see where this goes. Or, hey, I'm interested in you, particularly in you. But I don't think that, it's just this weird balance that I'm trying to strike. And so I've kind of gotten to this point. Where am I doing? Oh, I just want to let you guys know that I just went over my lids and brow all the way up to the brow bone with the Wet n Wild Color Icon single eyeshadow in the shade Brûlée. You can see I use this a lot, and that'll just help blend everything out. But like I was saying, I mean, I just want to strike that balance of being forward but not being weird, and not being brash about it, and being like, I don't want to be that creepy person who's just like, hey, how you doing? Not that Joey is creepy, but still, I mean, he's a little, but you know, I just don't want to be that guy who ruins the friendship just because I'm interested in them possibly more than friends. And like I said, if they just want to be friends, that's not going to crush my soul. I'm perfectly happy to be friends with them, but I'm just wondering, is it because I'm not being obvious enough, or because they're just completely oblivious? But I've gotten to the point now where I'm just like, you know, I'm spending a little too much time and effort worrying about what they think of me. Not in like a insecure, like, I don't know if they like the way I look or something. Not that kind of, but wondering if they feel the same way about me as I feel about them. And I have often found that in my past relationships that things happen more often when I'm trying not to make things happen than when I'm really, really trying to make things happen. So I've decided to just kind of let that be. So I've gone into my Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics palette, and I'm taking the shade Commando right there, and I'm just kind of mapping out the crease. And instead of following along the crease all the way to the inner corner, I'm bringing it upwards, and almost like I kind of go up following along the crease, and then when I get to the halfway point on the top of my eye here, I bring it straight in towards the nose. So I'm going up and then straight instead of up and around. So up and then straight across towards my nose. And that's going to kind of open up that lid space area in there and give a kind of nice big effect. And I'm also winging it out a little bit on the edge, but I'm going to make that nice and soft. And then I'm just taking some more of Commando and going in along the lid, on the inner third of the lid. So this look is sort of inspired by, so I don't know if you guys watch Nikki Tutorials. She's one of my favorite YouTubers out there, but I was watching her most recent tutorial where she did a look that was like the soft beat trend. Another way of saying soft beat is natural glam. So it's basically like it's a very wearable glam look. So it's something that you could wear every day, or you could easily dress up. She got this comment on Twitter that she couldn't do this soft beat look. And it's, Nikki does a lot of really extreme looks, and so she has had some concerns about doing natural makeup, which soft glam is glamorous, but it is a little bit more natural. What she has a trouble with is like no makeup kind of looks, or doing something that's very, very natural, not so much glam natural. But she decided to take the challenge to do it. And the thing is that she didn't really do soft glam or soft beat. And when I was reading the comments, a lot of people were saying the same thing that I was thinking, that the look she ended up doing wasn't really that soft. And I think she had the general idea right. Like, she had all of the steps right, except for her color choice. And this was a mistake that I have made so many times where, okay, so her inspiration photos that she showed throughout her video were all women of color. And I will say that this trend does seem to be very, very popular amongst women of color. And the makeup looks that she showed were just gorgeous. Like, they're just so pretty, and they really are this very natural glam that I think is just simply gorgeous. But this is a very common mistake, that when you are taking inspiration from a look that was done by somebody with a different skin tone than you, that when you apply those colors that they use onto your face, it does not look the same, because the colors are just simply not right for your skin tone. That doesn't mean they won't be right for your skin tone, but I have done looks where they've used really dark makeup and I have applied really dark eyeshadow and stuff on, and I'm just like, whoa, this is way more extreme than I thought it was going to be. But that's because what looks natural on somebody who's got a darker skin tone than me does not look natural on me, because it's too dark for my skin tone. So what it seemed to me like Nikki did was she took colors that would have looked very natural, and it would have been perfect for somebody who had a darker skin tone than her. And she applied them on herself, and that's why it looked too harsh to be considered soft beat or natural glam. It was just simply too dark. And the look she did was gorgeous. It was beautiful and it was neutral, but it wasn't natural looking. I'm taking a little bit of inspiration from that, and I'm trying my own version of soft beat. Normally if you do soft beat, you do like full coverage makeup, full face, but make it look very natural, kind of like that J-Lo glow sort of look, where it's just, she looks absolutely flawless and perfect, and she looks like she woke up like this. You know, that's the kind of look that soft beat is kind of going for. And so I'm trying that, but for my pasty pale skin. So that's why I'm using such a light shade from the Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics palette. And so what I've started to do is kind of blend that outer third onto the lash line a little bit, just to give a little bit of a shape on the lid here. I think she should give it another go. You know, give it another shot. Show the haters that she can do it, because I think she can. She's done natural looks before. Natural glam isn't all that different. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just taking a fluffier brush, a clean fluffier brush, and I'm just going along the outer edges of that to soften it up. Let me know what you guys think of different makeup tutorials. Do you like get ready with me's? Do you like really in-depth tutorials? Do you like those 60-second tutorials that I do on Instagram that kind of recap each of my videos? Do you prefer challenges? Do you prefer unboxings or makeup reviews? Let me know what you guys really like to see, because I obviously do want to do what you guys want to see, because it doesn't benefit me if you don't want to see my videos. I went to go see Hamilton yesterday. It was showing up in Baltimore, so I went to go see it in Baltimore, and it was awesome. I'd heard some of the music before. I hadn't heard all of it, but I'd heard some of the music before, and so I knew it was good. Like, I knew at least I liked the music, but man, it was good. It was so good. I absolutely loved it, and it was just an adrenaline rush the entire time you're sitting there watching it. It's just so good. I'm just gonna take the Rimmel ScandelEyes waterproof eyeliner in the shade brown. There we go. And I'm going to align my upper waterline with that. So now I'm just going to go into my Morphe 35O palette. I'm going to use this shade right here and a small angled brush, and I'm going to use that for my eyeliner. on my upper lash line. So for my eyeliner lately, I like to go from the inner corner and work my way out, because you always want your eyeliner to be smallest on the inner corner and then largest on the outer corner. So I like to start on the inner corner really small and then build my way up and out. You could use black eyeliner if you wanted to. I did a very similar look to this for 4th of July this year, except I used a black liquid eyeliner and did a little wing. So you could totally do that if you wanted to. I'm kind of smoking it out a little bit on the outer edge here. Just making it a little bit smoky. So now I'm just gonna go back into that Urban Decay Naked Ultimate Basics palette. I'm taking a small smudger brush and that shade Commando again. And I'm just lining my lower lash line with that, just smudging it along. And I'm only going about halfway into my eye. And this will just add a little bit of depth and some continuity a little bit with the upper lash line. And with that, the eyes are pretty much done. There's a couple of highlighting things that I'll do later, but they're basically done. So now I'm just going to do my eyebrows. I'm just using the CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow Kit for my eyebrows. And I've been going very simple with my eyebrows lately. Mostly just filling them in where they're a little bit sparse. The next thing I'm going to do is bronzer. And so I'm just taking a big fluffy brush and the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is in the shade Light Bronzer. I think they have a darker shade than this too. I'm just taking some of that and bronzing the face. What do you guys like to wear in terms of makeup for the summer? Do you guys like to go really bronzy, like heavy on the bronzer? Do you like to wear BB creams or CC creams, or do you wear kind of foundation all year long? Do you skip the foundation altogether in the summer? Let me know. I'd love to hear what you guys do, because I mean, I kind of do the same thing all year round because I don't wear foundation typically every single day. I really only wear foundation on special occasions or when I'm doing a look for this channel. Okay, so that's just a very, very, very light wash of bronzer. And then I'm just taking a angled fluffy brush. And you could use a small brush for this if you wanted to. I just like using this. It gives it a little bit more of a diffused look. And I'm taking that bronzer again. And I'm just going, I'm pinching it like this, and I'm just going along the sides of my nose. I like to do this with my bronzer just because I feel like it makes it a little bit more consistent throughout the face. It looks weird to me if you do bronzer around your perimeters and then the very center of your face is still kind of cold. So I like to do this on my nose as well, just to kind of bring it all together. So for my highlight shade today, I'm going back into my Morphe 35B palette. And I'm taking a very, very small packing brush. And I'm going into this shade right here. And that's just going right on the inner corner of my eye. And then it's also going under the arch of my eyebrow. And then I just take that same brush and I go right along the Cupid's bow. Alright, and then the last thing I'm going to do with the face before we move on to lips is blush. So I think I'm going to go in with the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Dolce Pink. It's a nice kind of shimmery pink, which if you could go matte with your blush if you wanted to. I've been liking this shade recently, so I'm just going in with a fluffy brush. And I'm just going kind of just slightly above where I put the bronzer on the cheekbone. And then also lately I've been really paying attention to the apple of the cheek. I feel like it gives a nice kind of glow from within vibe for summer, which is nice. Same thing over here, kind of just right above the bronzer, and then a little bit right on the apple of the cheek, but still sweeping it upwards, but just making sure you hit that there. I feel like it just, yeah, it just does that nice glow from within kind of look that I really like for the summer. And then if you want, you could take a little bit of that and dust it above your eyebrow. Sometimes it helps to warm up the face a little bit. Okay, what do I want to do? I kind of just want to do something light for my lipstick, which is kind of boring. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I think I just want to do something light and kind of nude. If you, so the soft beat trend, like if you really wanted to do like an actual soft beat, the thing to do is overlined lips that are nude, and then you put a gloss over the top of a matte nude lipstick. So you would use something like Maybelline, for my skin tone, I would use something like the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink in the shade Loyalist, and then overdraw my lips with either this or with a lip liner that matches this, and then I would go over the top with a nude lip gloss like the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Creme Brûlée. Now, I don't really want to do a matte lipstick today, I just don't feel like it. But I also really don't like overdrawn lips. I kind of feel the same way about them as I do about false eyelashes. I feel like they look really nice in pictures on camera when you want to make your lips look a little bit bigger. But in person, I just don't like them. I just don't think they look good. They just don't look natural, and it's really, really obvious that you've overdrawn your lips. Kind of the same way I feel about false eyelashes. So if that's something you really like, I think it's worth trying out if you've never tried it before. And if you like it, that's awesome. That's great. I just personally don't. So I'm not going to do that today. And today I kind of just want to do something a little bit more natural. So I'm going for the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Creme Brûlée, which is just a nice nude lip gloss. All right, there we go. This is the finished look. I think it's very natural. I think that the eyes you could really easily bump up to be something a little bit more glam if you wanted to. If you wanted to do a wing, if you wanted to do black eyeliner, if you wanted to put on some falsies, if you wanted to go a little bit more full coverage with the foundation, or put on some contour or some more bronzer, or put on some highlighter. I think you totally could do that if you wanted to. You could overdraw your lips. I think this is a really easy look that you could elevate a little bit more to be a little bit more glam, but I also think it's very wearable for every day. Like, you could do this really quickly before work, or pare it down a little bit more for work, or just wear it on the weekend or something like that. I really like this look, and I've actually worn it quite a bit recently. It's starting to become one of my go-tos. I really enjoyed having this sit-down, chit-chat kind of vent session with you guys. I really do enjoy doing videos for you guys, and I really hope that my schedule will start to mellow out soon so that I can do more videos for you and take this time both for myself and for us to connect. I really would love to hear about you guys and about your lives and the things you like about makeup and what you want to see from me next. So let me know down in the comment section below. I will do my best to read all of the comments and reply to them. You can also share any of your makeup looks with me on Instagram and on Twitter using the hashtag Mackenzie, obviously. I would love to see your looks, and I would love, 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 love for you to share them with me. As always, I will have all of the products that I used in today's video listed in the description box below for you to find. As always, I will also have a link to my GoFundMe campaign. 100% of those proceeds goes towards making this channel the best it possibly can be for you guys. So if you like my channel and want to help me make it better, please consider donating to that. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at MUBYMackenzie. And if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel for more videos like it in the future. Alright, that's all I have for today. Remember, makeup has no rules. They're more like guidelines. So, you do you, boo-boo. Alright, see you next time, everyone. Hello, one. Hello, one. I got some in my teeth. So I've got my beauty blender. But as I was saying, I forgot my eyeliner. I'll have to go down and get that. So I've gone into my Urban Decay Ultimate blah blah blah. Like those 60-second commercials. So I think I'm gonna go in with the Milani Baked Blush in this